All right, so sorry that last one ended so abruptly. Only for me to come right back. So anyway, this is a part two to that one. So I realized, and I wasn't necessarily like super thinking about it. It was just like, it was still in the back of my mind. And like I said, the one thing that I remember about Hanuman really standing out was like devotion, especially like later. I feel like the big, anyway, it's fine. From I know nothing perspective, for the little bit of stuff that I saw, right? And so, like I was saying, it's like it's to be more devoted to ourselves and to the path, or to be more devoted to the path than the means of getting wherever. And with the full high priestess coming in for minor strength, not only is that like part of like you trained for the marathon harder than the actual race, but it's also like with the page 2.0 versus the king and queen like 1.0. Um, it's like it's almost like the devotion to self and the devotion to the path and our ability to show up as teachable. It's not, I feel like it's more about being teachable and adaptable and flexible than it is about, like whether or not, I don't even know if I'm looking at the camera. But anyway, I feel like it's about being more teachable, flexible, adaptable than it is like so sure, so certain that this is the way, this is the path forward. Because as things change, then it's possible we'll do 3 and 4, and we'll do one card. I don't even know what this deck is. There's an assortment of rock pull decks on the app, and I don't have any decks, so some witch something. Start reading one card, um, because there may be things that um, there may be things that unlock within us, or for us to move forward, or we may notice little things, or we may just be more open to our intuition, right? Um, and again, there's something about what a standardized approach, standardized being like this one model fits everybody. So no matter who you are, where you come from, where you're going, as long as you do this, then you will get wherever. Um, okay. Hey, so and oh yeah, that was another part when I was like, as I was doing it, I was like, I'm gonna do it this way, and like I feel like whenever I do this, like, and I make the declaration, whatever, like this is how I'm gonna pull the cards. Like I was like, whenever I do this, I feel like things get like super whatever, like interesting, magical, synchronistic. Um, and there's something about opening up or being open to the new magic that's available. But instead of that, it's more like it's just different, easier ways to go about doing stuff. It's like, again, at the end of the video, with like, the strength that you had to, the effort that you had to exert as an adolescent, as a baby, is different than the effort that you have to exert as an adult for the same result. So you're matching force instead of matching effort. It's not about trying hard after you gain a certain level of ability. So the one card that came out in whatever this deck is, it's the cow, and you can't even see it. There it is. There's the card, and look at that. That's why I was like, okay. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. And I feel like that. Oh wait, hold up. I think I can flip it and like read. There we go. Nurturing. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. Cows represent all things related to a happy home, stability, nourishment, and the mother archetype. A cow's size may seem overwhelming, but you cannot help but feel a sense of comfort when close by, these gentle spirits. Like the love of a mother, you should seek out Cow Spirit when you need a loving but tough push. Cal encourages you to do all you can to build a strong foundation for your goals. Your situation requires you to return to the basics of nurturing and support before moving forward. Do you have the basic requirements for what you are seeking? If you are starting a business or buying a home, do you know what paperwork needs to be filled or what supplies you may need? Okay, I can keep going. Oh, it's not that much more. If you are starting a new job, do you have all of the skills needed to be considered qualified? Cal does not invite criticism, and neither should you. You are simply being guided to examine whether or not you have all that you need to feel comfortable and safe. Sometimes you have to return to the beginning to understand where you're going. Though be warned, if you continue to walk this path as is, you may be in danger of building on a cracked foundation. Left unrepaired, you may find yourself in greater trouble further down the road. And there was something earlier in here where I was like, that was it. Your situation requires you to return to the basics of nurturing and support before moving forward. With the Ace of Pentacles, because it came out as the Ace of Pentacles. And the element of earth is all about providing what's needed for something to become what it is to become. Right? And so, like, if you're tending for a plant or a crop, not all plants need to be tended for in the same way because they don't all have the same needs. They share. Is that a plane? That is a plane. They share, like, what? Air, like oxygen, water, sunlight, not even sunlight. And some of them, like, not even the same amount of water. Because you get C4 plants like cacti in the desert, and then you have like tropical plants. But again, in general, I guess like even plants require something different. And the thing about the Six of Swords and the thing about the Six of Swords being noise, it's that it's almost like whenever we're too focused on the destination, or whenever we're too focused on the how, we can lose touch with the present moment in many ways. And there's something about what is available in the present moment, or there's something about the importance of the present moment in these moments that we won't get back, or in these moments where it's so important to continue to build out a sturdy foundation. It's like it becomes sometimes difficult to have a foundation that's strong enough for the future when we're only concerned about the future. And that's when it invites that Ten of Swords energy. That's when it invites destruction. Because we're so busy focused on tomorrow that we don't make proper preparation today. So anyway, devotion. Which is also, not also, but it's kind of low-key funny. Because I don't know if you'll see this, but devotion, ding, ding, ding. But anyway, yeah, Hanuman is about devotion. Then again, on the other side, the High Priestess came out for minor strength. Pre-strength came out with the Seven of Swords. So that, again, I believe when I read it, it was like, the Seven of Swords feels like someone who has more strength than what they are showing, right? So it's like, and it's not that it's the one that pretends to struggle, but it's the one who can move mountains. But it, like, if the situation doesn't call for it or requiring it, they're not moving mountains just to move mountains. They're not moving mountains to show off. They're not moving mountains for the approval or for the whatever of others. And again, it's almost the one who waits, or the one who is teachable, who would get further. Because there's something about the present moment that requires presence and nurture to become whatever it is that we want to have, or whatever it is that we wish for the world to be. And I guess that kind of goes back to a few things, especially from my perspective on this channel. When we get so focused on like peace that we don't do the things required to make it so. It's like we'll want peace and we'll manifest peace so badly, but when the world shows us, or when life in our environment shows us the things that we need to address to make peace our reality, it's like, well, this ugliness that's happening in the world, or this ugliness that's happening around me, isn't the peace that I'm manifesting. So therefore, it must be completely, like, it has to be a distraction. It has to be a trick of the matrix. It has to be a million and one different things other than the avenue and the way through which we attain whatever it is that we're manifesting. But it, like in that case and situation and scenario, it's more likely that the person that is focused on a peaceful world will overlook and choose to ignore those that are suffering to maintain the image and the facade of peace, that again they fail to address or do what needs to be done in the present moment. But it is the one that's devoted to peace that would see that whenever something comes up that is not peaceful, it is the devoted one that will bring it to peace. It is the devoted one that will make it so, rather than to try to ignore it or pretend like it's not happening or mask it. So anyway, that was it. I think these private, if I do it on like my phone or my iPad, they upload as private, so I'll unprivate it when they're done. But if I remember, I should remember anyway. I hope you're all having amazing whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment. Hey Holly, sorry I missed you. In order to make all that you experience your reality, and it's like it gets dark at by like 4 here, which is basically the same as home. Like it gets dark at what, 5:30. Anyway, it's time to go. If you catch me live, it'll probably be earlier in the day, which is like nighttime USA. Earlier in the day, probably being like between 8 and noon. 8 is 20, minus 6 is 12. Girl, I don't know math. 2. It should be 2, right? No. Yeah, 2 plus 6 is 8. Right? Yes. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Bye. I hope you're having a great day, Holly. Thanks for being here. And also, even Reem Saya ended the last one so abruptly. Okay, bye.